The demo application for fermentation contains typical equipment modules for controlling a fermentation unit. It provides configuration templates for automation tasks such as dosing of substances, controlling of stirrer equipment, temperature, pressure, airflow and pH value, fermenter cleaning, and transfer of substances. The fermentation process takes place in several steps. Dosing of the medium. In the dosing of the culture medium, the fermenter is filled with the required amount of growth-enhancing substances. These substances contain carbon and nitrogen sources, which are required for the generation and development of the cell culture. The progress of the dosing process is controlled via sequential function chart, SFC, which specifies the sequence and conditions for the execution of the individual process steps. Preparation of the growth-enhancing environment for the cell culture is in the fermenter. Parallel to the dosing of the culture medium, the fermenter is prepared for the cell culture. In this process step, an optimal environment for cell growth is created. Typically, the stirring equipment is started, the temperature is set, and the airflow is controlled. Dosing of the cell culture. When an optimal environment has been achieved, the cell culture is dosed into the fermenter. For that, the cell culture must show the correct volume for the fermenter. This volume is achieved in a pre-fermenter with a smaller capacity. Fermentation. Fermentation takes place in several steps in a number of fermenters with different capacities. During the fermentation phase, the cell culture multiplies over time until the capacity of the respective fermenter is reached. The cell culture is then transferred into the next larger fermenter. In the last fermentation stage, expression, the production of the active pharmaceutical ingredient, takes place. For example, by supplying specific nutritional substances. Harvest, separation, and purification. After the last fermentation phase, the product is harvested and transferred to separation and purification. In separation, the desired active ingredient molecules are separated from the remaining fermentation broth in several steps. Failed batches or the fermentation broth resulting from fermenter cleaning are diverted from the fermenter via a separate line.